Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We will witness the European Junior Championship in baseball here in Hluboká nad Vltavou. The tournament will last 4 days, which is until Tuesday. There are the teams that will play each other for the title of European Championship. Austria, Spain, Lithuania, the Netherlands, France, the Great Britain. Those are the participants. We are going to watch the second match in today's program between Austria and Spain. Now, please welcome the referees of this match. On bases there will be Yuri Machiavelli. And the head referee at home plate is David Schenker. Now please welcome the away team, which is Spain. Let's first introduce the managers and the coaches. So the manager is Miguel Javier Eros. First coach Edgar Hernandez. The second coach Jose Luis Castro. And the third one, Frank Sanchez Perez. Now let's take a look at the Spanish lineup. At right field there will be Jose Don Soler. As a designated hitter, Luis Maneras. Third baseman Samuel Salas. The catcher is Mark Rodriguez with number 26. In center field there will be Jesus Montaño. Baseball Association. I think that was a curveball, and let's listen to anthems of both teams. So first, the Spanish anthem. And now let's listen to the Austrian anthem. So both teams are preparing to get on their positions and bat. So we can maybe introduce the lineups once again. So the home team, Austrians, are going to play like this. As I said, pitching will be Markus Trimmel, catching Lukas Pichler. On first base, there will be Moritz Riedmann with number 23. On second base, there will be Felix Dittrich with number 27. Shortstop is Felix Stefan with number 6. At third base, Dan Kawanishi with number 31. In left field, we will watch Levin Hanitzel with number 35. Center field is Owen McGarry with number 57. And in right field, there is Elias Kreska with number 21. The Spanish team will go batting like this. Jose Dol Soler will be the first, the leadoff. The second in the order is Juiz Badenas as a designated hitter, which is quite hard position because that's the player which is only batting. He doesn't play in the field, so he needs to concentrate and hit some ball if he wants to help his team. As a third will be Samuel Salas with number 10. With number 26, as a power hitter, comes Mark Rodriguez. The fifth will be Jesus Montaño. The sixth is Anderson Peña. The seventh is Anderson Zambrano. The eighth position belongs to Pablo Costales with number 4. And the closer of the lineup, or the last batter, is Samuel Bermudez with number 3. I would just correct one thing. The manager of the Spanish team is Jose Luis Riera. The coach is Edgar Hernandez, Miguel Eroc, and Frank Sanchez. So the Austrian team is getting ready in the field. The tournament is divided into 2 groups. One is played in Ostrava. There you can watch the Czech national team. And one is played here in Hluboká nad Vltavou. And the final will take place in Brno. So it's a tournament of 8 teams that will play each other or fight each other for the crown of the European champion. Every match counts, so the best thing to do is to start the tournament with the win. Jose Soler will come after this pitch at bat. The catcher tried the throw on second base. Everything's ready. We will start now. And Jose Soler is at bat. Markus Trimmel will do everything in his powers to not allow Jose Soler hit the ball. Of course, the most important thing is to throw strikes. Now the situation is 1-1, 1 ball, 1 strike. It was some kind of slider probably, but it wasn't precise. So that's the second ball. Nice throw, nice pitch. It's 2-2 now. And nothing that goes close to a strike shouldn't be let in. Again, some kind of slider or a curveball, but not precise. Three balls, 2 strikes. That was a foul ball from Jose Soler, who didn't want to hit the ball. He wanted to stop his swing, but the ball hit his bat, and that's a foul ball. So the fight between the pitcher and the batter will continue. And Carlos Soler gets a BB, free base, and is on first base as a runner now. Juice Badenas will try to move Jose Soler to other bases, to the second or third base. First pitch is strike. That's a pickoff to first base, but Jose Soler wasn't caught. This didn't go to a strike zone. Markus Trimmel will need to better his pitches, better his control. That's a steal with the hit and run. And there's the out on the second base and out on the first base. Double play. Unfortunately, Juice Badenas hit the ball straight to the shortstop, who was standing just above the second base. was easy out for him, and he had enough time to play the other out on first base. Unfortunate hit. 2 outs. That was a nice slider. It broke in the air for a couple of centimeters. Pitch on body. Samuel Salas is batting now, third baseman of Spanish team. Until now, Marcus Trimmer throws the pitch either right to the strike zone or quite far from it. Let's take this 3-1 now. 3 balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs. That's a fly ball, which shouldn't be a problem for right fielder Elias Kreska. Caught it, and that's the 3rd out, which means that the team will switch in a field and bat, and the Austrian team will be batting now. Tady není. Nevím, někam odběhla, asi na záchod říká. So let's take a look at the Spanish team in field. Marc Rodriguez is the catcher, Juan Salazar is the pitcher, Pablo Costales on first base, Anderson Peña on second base, Samuel Bermudez is the shortstop, Samuel Salas on third base, Anderson Zambrano will be playing in left field, Jesus Montaño in center field, and Jose Soler in right field. The first batter for the Austrian team is Dan Cavanishi, playing with number 31. And Juan Salazar started with a nice strike. And he continues with another strike. Dan Kawanishi will need to be careful now for strikes. At everything that looks like it, he needs to at least hit to foul ball, if not to field. It was a nice pitch, but it was decided that it is a ball. It was a bit lower, even though Mark Rodriguez tried to throw the ball to the field. And Dan Kawanishi hits the ball to the air, and Samuel Salas now underestimated this fly ball big time. It was very easy. He was prepared for a long time there, but at the end he needed to do a couple of steps to the side, and he didn't catch the ball. So Dan Kawanishi luckily takes the first base. The second batter is Lukas Pichler. There is a steal, but it was a signal hit and run, where the runner is stealing the base, and the batter, and the task of the batter is to hit the ball in any case. So that was a foul ball. That's quite, that goes quite far, but Anderson Zambrano was well positioned and caught the ball from the air. Now we will see Owen McGarry, who comes batting with number 57, 1 out, and Dan Kawanishi is still waiting for his chance to move around the bases. Owen McGarry tried to go to the first page, and it wasn't the best decision for him, because it was a high foul ball which was caught by Samuel Salas. So 2 outs, and Lukas Norek is batting as a designated hitter. And as I mentioned already, it's not a simple position, because if you do not hit the balls and you play in field, you still can have kind of good feeling of yourself if you play well in field but you don't hit anything. But if you play as a designated hitter and you don't hit anything, you have failed yourself and your team, and that's hard. Also, this guy doesn't go to the field, so it also means that for the half of the match he's not with the team, kind of. Dan Kawanishi stole the second base. Mark Rodriguez tried to throw the ball there, but the throw wasn't precise. Seems that Juan Salazar is pitching very well. He has control. Austrian team has a runner in the score position on second base. It was a nice pitch. And everybody seemed a bit confused. The Spanish team thinks it was strike free, but it doesn't seem that the head referee believes in such case. Lukas Norek stays on his mark and is waiting. What will happen next? Kind of weird situation, doesn't happen very often that there is such confusion about the number of strikes. And it was the first strike, so the Spanish team goes to dugout, and the second inning will start in a minute. So just enjoy the view of guys getting ready in Hluboká baseball field. One ball, or now two balls, one strike. Yeah, it's Marco Rodriguez, definitely. It was very far from the strike zone. Three balls, one strike for Marco Rodriguez. And that's the BB again. Marco Rodriguez stands on first now, and the next batter is with number 19, Jesus Montaño. That is definitely not good to give BB to the first batter. Now Markus Trimmer is a bit under the pressure. He needs to throw precise pitches, and he doesn't want to let hit, and it is a single to the left field. Mark Rodriguez used this situation and moved to third base. So the Spanish team with 0 outs has runners on third and first base. Unpleasant situation for Markus Trimmer. As you can see, that's the problem. You give one BB and then one single can mean that the runner moves to third, and now every hit which will go to outfield should be a point for Spanish team. This was quite close, so Mark Rodriguez decided to not continue to home plate and will wait for another chance. This situation allows the Spanish team to do some signals, such as, for example, squeeze play or early steal, which I kind of expect with this pitch. So let's see. And that's a steal from the first to second. Lukas Pichler got up and tried to throw or to show that he's throwing the ball to second. He tried to get Mark Rodriguez in between bases, but it didn't work, and the Spanish team has the runners on the third and the second now. So 1 out, 3 balls. Markus Trimmer fights his control. He needs to take a deep breath and concentrate on the next page. Anderson Peña wouldn't bat. And that's the 4th ball. Excuse me, that was Anderson Zambrano. Now we have Pablo Costales at bat. Markus Trimmer will be his opponent. And he starts with another ball. Not good for Markus Trimmer. Both corners are playing in. They are playing on the grass. They want to play against the point. Want to try to play, I mean, maybe even double play at home and on first base. That was a nice pitch, and it's a strike, number 2 for Pablo Costales, who will need to hit the ball if it goes close to strike zone now. Strikeout would be very bad for the Spanish team at the moment, and it was a nice slider. Didn't end up as a strike. Unfortunately for Marcus Trimmel, fortunately for Pablo Costales. And another unprecise ball. Three balls, two strikes. And it went to strike zone, so Pablo Costales tried to hit it, but it ends in foul ball. And that's a nice throw. Pablo Costales didn't manage to hit the ball, and that's the second out. With number 3, Samuel Bermudez, the last one in Spanish lineup, is coming at bat. Full bases, 2 outs. And it seems as a hit, it will be for 2 points. And that's it. Finished like that, as I said, 2 points for the Spanish team. Even though the throw from Owen McGarry from center field wasn't that bad, but unfortunately it didn't hit the ground well, and it jumped quite high to the air for the catcher. It slew the ball as well, and that means 2 points for the Spanish team. So the Spanish team takes the lead 2-0 in the second inning. Hit, and Dan Cavanishi stepped on the third base, which meant the third out. And the Austrian team will try to do something with the score. Right now, he comes to bat. from the air. So that's the first out. And we have Felix Dietrich batting now. One ball, one strike. And Salazar is still in a slightly better position. Needs to throw 2 good balls and can afford to throw 3 bad balls. So, as I said, slightly better position for Juan Salazar. But now that's the second ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two now, and Samuel Salas got the ball out of the field, which means that Felix Dietrich will need to hit the ball better. Three balls, 2 strikes now. And that's a nice hit. It should be double. And that's it. It's a double for Felix Dietrich because the ball left the field. Not straight from the air, it would be a home run, but it hit the ground before, so it's a double. And the Austrian team has the runner in the score position now. 1 out with number 35, Levin Hanitzel will try to get his first RBI in this tournament, which he can get by hitting a single to the outfield. Nice pitch, but the head referee saw it as a ball. And the first strike, so 1-1. That's a foul ball, so 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's the state for now. It took a long time, so Levin Hanitzel stepped out of the box. This goes a lot to the air, but out of the reach of the fielders, so Levin Hanica will get next chance. And it's a strikeout for Juan Salazar. Nice one. It was some kind of slider or curveball again. And Levin Hanica wasn't able to hit it. So nice job from Juan Salazar. Continues pitching very well. Should be no problem for Anderson Zambrano. And that's the third out. The score stays 2-0 for the Spanish team. Marcus Trimmel continues on mound for the Austrian team. His error now is 7, which is quite high. He will want to lower that a bit. Against him, there should be Juice Badenas. And that's a nice double at least, with an error. And it's a triple with an error. Elias Kreska tried to do his best to catch the ball straight from the air, but yeah, he was missing like 2 meters, one meter. The ball passed him, and that meant that Juice Badenas could move to the third base. So as I said, triple with an error, and the Spanish team is very close to another point. Samuel Salas will be the one who takes the responsibility as a first. Responsibility on his shoulders to get the runner home. Samuel Salas is the third batter in lineup. He should be a good batter. So until now we don't see any, or we haven't seen any signals, and it's a hit. It's a single to center field, and Juiz Badenas, that's another point. So the score now is 3-0, and with number 26, Mark Rodriguez is coming at bat. Nice work from Samuel Salas, who used this situation. Unprecise pitch from Marcus Trimmer, and not a great catch from Lukas Pichler meant that Samuel Salas could move to the second base. He's in the score position again, and Mark Rodriguez should try to get him home. It was a nice pitch, but was a bit higher than needed to be. Three balls, no strikes. And that was not the best choice, I would say, for Mark Rodriguez. It went close to home run, but it didn't end up there. And even though it meant that Samuel Salas could move from the second base to third on three balls, he could have waited for maybe better pitch. Marcus Trimmer starts with curveball, and that's first strike. This pitch seemed to go straight, and Jesus Montaño used it. Hit the ball, and that's the single for him, which also resulted in a next point for the Spanish team, which is now leading 4-0. Steal? Not the best pitch from Marcus Trimmer. Again, it was quite wide. And the Spanish team has a runner on the second base again. And again a nice hit to the left field, where Levin Hanitzel didn't manage to catch it. Next point for the Spanish team. The score is 5-0 now. And the Spanish team kind of dominates the game until now, playing with no worries. And there's the first meeting on Mount between the coach, the catcher, and the pitcher. I don't expect that they would like to take Markus Trimmer out of the mount, but he needs to find his inner peace and throw strikes. That's the most important. They don't need, the Austrian team doesn't need strikeouts, he needs strikes, that's all. And that's the alpha and omega of everything again. Every pitcher needs to have control. He doesn't need to throw strikeouts, he needs to throw strikes. The best pitchers in the Czech Extra League has a control around about 80%, so that's what you need. That's what you need, and then you can play, because the most important thing is not the speed of your pitches, but the place. So where you place your pitches. If you can hit corners, then the batters, even though if it's not that fast, will have big problems to hit the ball. And you don't even need to have too many pitches. Two for an intelligent pitcher can be quite enough. That was a hit straight to Felix Stefan, who could play an easy out with combination or in combination with Moritz Riedmann on first base. Easy ground out, and the Spanish number 4, Pablo Costales, is batting now. 2 outs. Nice pitch, which results in strike. Should be the second one, if I'm not mistaken. On the scoreboard there is only 1 strike, but I believe that was the second one. But let's see. And that's the third strikeout for Markus Trimmer, and the teams will change their positions. The Spanish team will go to field, and the Austrian team will be batting now. So again, enjoy the quiet view of the field in Hluboká. So this is the end of the third inning. The score is 5-0 for the Spanish team. The match is played in 7 innings, even though the Spanish team could end the match if he leads 10-0 in the 5th inning, but let's not underestimate the Austrian team, and I believe they will show us some hits and some points too. Juan Salazar started this half inning with another strikeout. He pitches, as I said, he pitches very well. He's good. He's got good control and doesn't make it easy for the Austrian team. He struck out Felix Stefan. So now Dan Kawanishi, and the leadoff, is batting. And those two pitches weren't in strike zone. They were, or the second one were quite close, but it wasn't there. And the Spanish team, as in Super Cup, which was played by a younger category, came with the audience, with the supporters. Last time we had Gerald Piqué and Shakir. Oh, that's a quite hit. It goes quite far, but again Jose Soler is ready. He's in permanency. It's a fourth ball that he had to catch, and he did a good job. He didn't let his team down. And with number 1, Lukas Pichler will try to do something with the score now. 2 outs. And first ball. Okay, I stand corrected. It was a first strike. And the second strike. Juan Salazar is in a very good position. Now he can choose his pitches. He can throw balls if he wants to, and he might, because if you throw, for example, a fastball a bit above the strike zone, sometimes the batter tries to hit it and is not able to hit it as good as it is, as if it went to strike zone. This is a hit by pitch, even though we could hear the noise of the ball hitting the bat, but before that it probably hit some part of Lukas Pichler's body. So he takes the first base. It doesn't seem it was it hurt. Number 57, Owen McGarry. Holds his bat and is waiting for a sweet pitch, which doesn't have to come. and it was hit to first base, where Pablo Costales managed to catch the ball, step on the first, and he played the third out like that. So Austrian team didn't do anything with the score, which is still 5-0. We will now witness the start of the fifth inning. The Spanish team will be batting again and will try to add some more points. With number 3, Samuel Bermudez is batting, the shortstop of the Spanish team. Stands against Marcus Trimmel, who continues on mound. He has the trust of his coach to continue. Nice page. Sometimes when the pitcher has bad control of his pitches, the head coach gives a signal to do not go or do not hit the first strike, which seemed to me that it could be now actual, because Samuel Bermudez didn't look as he wanted to hit at all in the first strike. Now it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Third ball. A nice strike at the end, but Samuel Bermudez managed to hit the ball. It was nice line drive, but straight to Owen McGarry, who could catch it from the air. So first out. Nice page from Marcus Trimmel. It seems as a slider again. Or it seemed as a slider again. was a ball. And first strike, 1-1. Is the state now? I always say that pitching in baseball, that's the nice game of all games in the world, because all depends just on you. You need to throw, to place the balls right, to choose the right pitch at the time. And as I said, the whole team depends on you, so you shouldn't take BBs lightly. The field is then like a living organism, because the pitcher needs the field to be his support. When somebody hits the ball, they need to play it out, and also the field needs to have support in their pitcher. There, the most important thing, as we already mentioned, or as I already mentioned maybe a couple of times, is throw strikes. Jose Soler is batting, is fighting his battle. 3-2. And unfortunately, another BB. Fought hard by Jose Soler. Marcus Trimmel seems quite high, so he should be able to throw the ball quite fast. I don't have... Ah, that's a steal. But it was a great jump from Jose Soler, who managed to steal the second base like that, even though the throw from Lukas Pilcher or Pichler wasn't that bad. This will be a single, and it will mean a point for the Spanish team. And it came with an error of, I think it was Levin Hanitzel who threw the ball to the second base. He did it right, but the shortstop and the second baseman didn't manage to hold the ball in front of them, and it passed them, and it resulted in reaching the third base by Juice Badenas. And as I said, another point for the Spanish team, which means that the score now is 6-0. And there is a change on the mound. As I said, there is a change on the mount. Pitcher was changed. Markus Trimmer is substituted by Jakob Klaus with number 90. So hopefully for the Austrian team, Jakob Klaus will have better control in his pitches. Samuel Salas is coming at bat. Jakob Klaus against him. And another right-handed pitcher from the Austrian team. The first pitch was or looked as a fastball, and it wasn't that fast as from Markus Trimmer. It seems that it's a bit slower, which can be a good and that's a double for Samuel Salas. It ended very close to home run. It was missing like 2 meters to the homer. So the Spanish team has a runner in a score position again, and it's and the score is 7-0 now. Mark Rodriguez will want to hit the ball as hard as he can. Well played by Felix Stefan, who checked the runner on the second base. Didn't want to throw the ball right away, and then he threw the ball to the first, managed to play the out there, and held the runner on the second. So that's exactly how it should be played. Jesus Montaño was hit by pitch and gets the first base. Another batter or another in the line is Anderson Peña. So Anderson Peña takes the responsibility and will try to get these runners home, or at least move them. Well, a jump from Samuel Salas, I believe, was. He had the courage to continue to third base. It was very close, but he was successful. First ball from Jakob Klaus. And that's a strike. So the state is 1-1 now. (7-0) is the score. And Anderson Peña has 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Jakob Klaus is close to strikeout. If he throws the ball perfectly, he might have a chance. But that wasn't the right pitch. Anderson Peña knows that he has one more possibility to finish it. Steal. And it's another BB. The Spanish team has full bases. They have a runner on third, second, and third base. And number 18, which is Anderson Zambrano, is coming at bat. And now it would be a shame to not make any points out of this. One strike, no balls, and it's the first ball. It should be 2 strikes now, I'm not sure. We'll see what happens if there will be another one. One ball, 1 strike. We have Lukas Norek at bat. And he has 2 strikes and 1 ball. This goes very high to the air, and that is no problem for Jesus Montaño in center field. Elias Kreska is coming at bat now. The Austrian team really needs to start doing some points. and dramatize this match at least a bit. That's a nice hit, which will result in double, I believe. Anderson Zambrano had also some problems to pick it up from the ground. And Elias Kreska takes the second base. Great hit, which went along the line. And now we have Felix Dietrich at bat. Juan Salazar doesn't seem that he has any worries with the runner on the second. Two balls, one strike. That's a pickoff to the second base. It wasn't supposed to out the runner, but the purpose of it is that the pitcher is trying to keep the runner closer to the second base. So then he would have to run farther, at least for 1 meter. That was a hit to Samuel Salas, who didn't manage to catch it, and that means that Felix Dietrich takes the first with an error. The Austrian team has runners on third and first. Hit to the second base. And it's a double play from the Spanish team. Amazing play. They managed to hold the Austrian team on a nil. No points for them. The score is still 7-0. Amazing from the Spanish team. Number 4 at bat, which is Pablo Costales. Jakob Klaus stands against him. It was interesting pitch. It seemed a bit like a two-seam fastball. 2 balls. No strikes. The third ball. Pablo Costellas managed to keep the barrel of his bat on his shoulder. It didn't went through the base, so that was the ball again. And the Spanish team shows that they want to hit the balls. They don't want to go around the bases on BBs. So three one. 3 balls, 1 strike, and that's the 4th ball. So it's not. So it could be the 3rd ball now. I'm a bit mistaken by the scoreboard here in Hluboká. Pablo Costales fights his battle. Now it should be 3 balls, 2 strikes. So the next page will decide. Pablo Costales only and that's a nice hit, but Elias Kreska was on the right position and caught the ball from the air. It was a hit with power, but it wasn't the best position to hit it to. Another hit, and it's an infield hit. Felix Stefan wasn't able to throw the ball to the first base in time, so that means that that's an infield hit from Samuel Bermudez, who takes the first. And again, the leadoff of the Spanish team, Jose Soler. Nice pitch and first strike from Jakob Klaus. Another nice pitch, and it's another strike. So 2 strikes for Jakob Klaus. Klaus takes time before the pitches. He doesn't want to be in a hurry. And that's a good decision from him. This was quite wide, and Samuel Bermudez used it to get to the second base. 1 out, and the Spanish team has a runner in the score position again. Jakob Klaus now stepped out of the mound to keep Samuel Bermudez close to second base. This pitch went on the head of Juiz Badenas, I believe. Not sure now. And again, Jakob Klaus steps out of the mound. And that's what I thought. It wasn't the best decision from Jakob Klaus to try to keep the runner to the second base. He had 3 balls, 2 strikes, and he needed to throw a strike. And in this situation, it's always better to concentrate on better. The pitch was quite wide again, and it meant that the runner moved to the third base anyway. So the Spanish team has the runners on third and first, and I'm sorry, Juiz Badenas is batting right now. Before that, it was Jose Soler, who will probably steal the second base in the next pitch. Usually the runners don't steal the base on the first page, but on the second, third, on the fourth. So Lukas Pichler tried to throw the ball on the first to catch the runner there. It wasn't a bad idea, but the throw wasn't precise. It ended up in right field, and that means that the runner from first could move to second, and the runner from third managed to get on a home plate. So the score is 8-0 now. The Spanish team is 2 points from finishing this match in the 5th inning if the Austrian team doesn't score. In the second part of the 5th inning. And that's too high. This is nothing for Juiz Badenas to hit. Nice pitch. But it was a bit out of the strike zone. So Juice Bananas gets the first. And Samuel Salas will try to get some more RBIs. There is at least one which is possible. A nice hit, nice single. That will be 1 point for the Spanish team. That's right. It's 9-0 now. 1 out. And the Spanish team has runners on third and first again. With number 26, Mark Rodriguez will try to get another RBI for him. Last time he hit the ball to the third base and or to the shortstop, and he was out on first. So he needs to hit the ball to some gap to make it a single and to obtain the RBI to his statistic. That's a strike from Jakob Klaus. It seemed that it went to the top inside corner of the strike zone. Great pitch. And another hit to the shortstop, but Felix Stefan, who plays there, made an error, and it resulted in the 10th point of the Spanish team. So now the Spanish team is close to finishing the match in the 5th inning. But as I said, the Austrian team cannot do any points to finish in 5th. So we'll see what happens. It seems that Jakob Klaus is finished for today. The Austrian team makes a substitution again on the mound. It's their third pitcher today. So the new pitcher mount for Austrian team is with number 10, Pascal Gom. And he started with slider, but it's a ball. Now the state is 2-1, 2 balls, 1 strike. This goes quite far, but it will be probably a foul ball. That's correct. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. That is a hit by pitch, which means free base for the Spanish team. Jesus Montaño was hit by the ball. Pascal Gom needs strikes now. The last pitch against Jesus Montaño was thrown in a different way than is usually thrown by Pascal Gom, and it was he tried to throw it in a sidearm, even though his usual style is 3/4, which is quite interesting. No, what was the exact purpose? Three balls, no strikes, and 1 out. That's a strike. Anderson Peña wanted to continue to first, but even from his body language we could read that he wasn't sure and he thought it could be a strike. But now it's a ball. It's not. It's not. It seemed like that from the commentatory station, but it's another strike. So Pascal Gom has the state 3-2, 3 balls, 2 strikes. And that's a nice strike, nice hit, which was caught by Owen Gary in center field, and it resulted in next point for the Spanish team. The runners could move, and they moved from the second to third, and from the third to home. So the score is 11-0 for the Spanish national team, or the Spanish junior national team. Nice pitch. Anderson Zambrano will want to hit it once again and bring some more points for his team. And it's a nice hit. It's a single to left field. Another point for the Spanish team. The score is now 12-0. Pablo Costales is at bat with number 4 now. And the first pitch ends in a foul ball. Another pitch from sidearm. This wasn't precise enough. Second ball, 2 balls, 1 strike for Pablo Costales. And that's a foul ball, so 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's a foul ball caught by Dan Kawanishi. Great catch. Okay, so he didn't manage to catch it. It seemed from my station that he did it, but he must have been missing a few decimeters. And another BB. Again, the Spanish team has full bases, and with number 6 at bat. It should be Samuel. We'll see. It was a good pitch, and Moritz Riedmann was in a hurry to catch it, but wasn't successful. It was out of his reach. Fight will continue. Pascal Gaume threw his second strike and is in a very good position now. So let's see what can Pascal Gaume do with this. It's a high fly ball caught from the air by Owen McGarry again, and the Austrian team will have the last chance to do something with the match. If he wants to continue playing, he needs to do at least 3 points now. Juan Salazar continues as a pitcher. He wants to throw a complete game. And we have Moritz Riedmann batting against him. And it's a strikeout. Juan Salazar managed to throw 4 strikeouts in this match. Felix Stefan hits the ball, but it's a foul ball. He has 2 strikes, no balls. And there is 1 out. So the Spanish team is very, very close to the first win in this tournament. The ball that went to Samuel Bermudez, and he showed to everybody that he throws the ball quite fast. 2 outs. And Dan Cavanishi is now batting, the first one in line for this match in Austrian team. Juan Salazar started with strike, the best possible way to start, and continues with another one. So 2 strikes, no balls. Juan Salazar is very close to finishing this match with 0 error, because Austrian team didn't manage to score against him, at least until now. It still might change. The match isn't lost until the scoreboard shows the third out in this inning. So here in the Czech Republic, we say that the best, and that's the end of the match. So I keep this thought for the next match, which starts at 7 o'clock. If you want to watch it, it will be again online. For now, I hope that you enjoyed this match between Austria and Spain, and have a nice day.